Hi, pollitos. So, before I begin our lesson, let's go through a couple of announcements. First, I am not giving you a project on Friday. If we would have been in school in our classroom like regular, this Friday would have been a holiday. It would have been a long weekend for us. So, in celebration of that, I am not going to be assigning you anything on Friday. Secondly, for the next 2 weeks, this week and next week, we are going to be covering volume of three-dimensional shapes. Every day, you're going to have a quick YouTube on 2 different three-dimensional shapes for you to study and write down the formulas. Post your notes as a picture. That's a free 100. If you write down all the notes that I give you, it's a free 100. So every time you watch a YouTube video, when you're done taking the notes, take a picture of it and post it in that assignment, and it's a free 100. Okay? And then you have to get your really quick work done and submit it. Also, final announcement, and then I'll get started on our lesson. I have extended and given a late quizzes code for every single assignment from the first day that we started distance learning until now. All assignments are due Friday, okay? All of them, including the one you're doing today, is due Friday. So please, put some extra effort in if you know that you're missing work and start getting it done, okay? If you don't know what you're missing, send me a comment and say, what do I need to complete? And I'll answer you. I'll tell you, you need this and this and this, and you can get it done, all right? So let's go into what we're doing today. We're talking about volume, okay? Volume. And today our 2 shapes are a rectangular prism and a cube. Okay, so we're talking volume of a rectangular prism and a cube. You are going to have to be a little bit of an artist today, so this is going to be a little bit fun. Rectangular prism, and I'm going to give you the little cheats to get this drawn right. You're going to draw 2 rectangles. All right? And then connect the corners. That's a rectangular prism. Okay? And a cube, we know it's also known as a square prism. Because a cube is 2 squares. So try your best, and they can even overlap a little bit. And there is your cube. Okay, so by now you should have your rectangular prism and you should have your cube. Now the key to volume in almost everything, except the last one, is volume is equal to capital B times height. Now we know B is base, but when it's a capital, it actually means area of the base. Okay, area of the base. So if we're talking rectangular, that means that for volume formula, we need the area formula for rectangle. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, so it's going to be length times width. That's our base. And then times height. Okay, so write these down first, and then I'm going to do 4 examples with you so you can see how to work it. Okay, then we have a square. The area of a square is side times side. Okay, so our volume is equal to side times height. Okay, so these are our only 2 formulas that we're going to be doing today. We're going to work 4 examples that are going to help you, and then you're going to get started on your PDF assignment, and then you put it into quizzes as an answer document. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to leave that top part up there. I'm going to erase our drawings. If you didn't quite finish drawing, rewind this YouTube, pause it, draw the pictures. Okay, So let's go ahead and start with our cube because that one's a little bit easier. And I'm going to give you a picture that's going to kind of look like what they'll give you. Okay? So they're going to give you something like this. And it's just going to have numbers everywhere. Okay? That's a lot of numbers in our picture. This is example 1. Okay? Example 1, it's got a lot of pictures, but they want the volume of this. First of all, we know this is a cube because all of our numbers are 4. If all the numbers are the same, then it's a cube. It's a square prism. So our volume is going to equal, we need to find the length of a side. Okay? So this one would be one of the sides. Okay? Of the base, sorry, side of the base. Now we need to figure out another side. Now here it doesn't have a number, but we notice that this one is a side that's exactly the same. So far we have 4 times 4. Finally, we need the height. Height is the tall one, which is also 4. So times 4. 4 times 4 times 4 is going to give you 64. And that's it. That's your answer. So cubes are very easy. All right? Just put 3 of the same number times each other. All right? That's example number 1. Now let's get on to rectangulars. Okay? Hopefully this isn't too hard for you guys. I broke it down to just a little bit every day so that we can go slowly but always moving forward. That's the important part. So let's try a rectangular prism. I'm going to do a tall rectangular prism. And give me a sec. You guys should draw this out. Make sure you pause if you need to. Okay? And let me try to get all the numbers just like the example I want to show you here. And they give us this one, and they give us one over here. All right, here we go again with numbers on all sides. So if you still haven't drawn out the picture, pause the button, pause the video real quick, finish drawing the picture before we go on to explanation so you can pay attention to everything I'm saying. Okay, we know that volume of this one was length times width times height. Okay, so we need those 3 things. Length and width come from the base. So remember that these come from the base. All right, so length, here we have a number, 10. So we'll put that in there. Now we need this number, but this one doesn't have a label on it. So we look at all of the other ones that are like it until we find the one that has the label. So this one is 7. And then we need to find the height, which they give us twice this number, 12. So when we multiply all of these together, 10 times 7 times 12, we get 840. So it's just a matter of finding the numbers that you need. Don't be careful that you don't double, because I could have put 12 again and it would have made my answer incorrect. So just be careful that we don't double anything, okay? Write out the formula and be very careful about studying the pictures, okay? 3. Example 3. So we're already halfway through our examples. We've only got 2 more. Let's do another rectangular one. This one's going to be kind of funky though. Check this out. This is a long rectangular prism, okay? And for numbers, it's going to be 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and 8. Okay, let's put another one over here, 8. So, pause the picture if you haven't drawn it yet. Draw it out. I gave you a bunch of numbers, but we got to choose 3 in the right order for it to be correct. So, volume, we're dealing with a rectangular prism, is length times width times height. So remember, length and width come from your base. So we're going to look at the bottom. And the two numbers that we see on the bottom are 4. And then here's another one from your base, 8. 4 and 8 come from the base of this picture. So if you need to color it in your pictures, that would be the base. All right. Height is what goes up and down. So you can choose it from here. This is also a height. It's just, and it's the same number too. So that's what you multiply in. The 4 times 8 times 4. And it gives you 128. So volume is just like area. It's formulas. But you've got to choose the right numbers to put in the formula to get the right answer. Okay? We're going to do one more example and then you're done with YouTube for today. Okay? Last one. Now, this one could be designed to trick you. Some of these are going to look like this. So this is why I chose this one. Because I don't want you to get overly confident with cubes and not be very careful to what you're doing. Okay? So we have 12, 12, 12, 12, and 11. Now, this on the picture looks like a cube. But because of this number right here, it's not. Remember that cubes have to have every single number the same. So this becomes a rectangular prism. Length times width times height. Here is your base. Two numbers have to come off of the base. So here's 12 and 12. 12 times 12. Now we need the last one, height. Well, height is our rogue number that's not the same, times 11. When you multiply 12 times 12 times 11, you get 1,584, and that is your answer. Okay, so I hope that these examples were enough for you guys. If they weren't, then you send me a comment, ask for a Zoom chat, and I'll go over a couple more examples with you, okay? Anything else you guys might need, you need to comment and let me know. If you don't know what assignments you owe me, comment and let me know. If you don't know how to do the assignment, or maybe you clicked the link and it didn't work, you need to let me know. Communication right now is very important. So good luck, guys. Have a blessed Easter week, okay? This week is supposed to be exciting and happy, and we're going to make the most of it. I know we're all stuck at home, but we are really going to make the most of it. Okay, guys? So keep smiling, get your math done, and be looking for another video on Wednesday with 2 more 3-dimensional figures. Bye, guys.